Hello, everybody. We're starting a new webinar of the Pranic process online. Really happy to see you all. I know that some of you are surprised to see me twice in a day because you're not used to having me twice in a day for this process. But lo and behold, I'm here again. It's because yesterday we've taken a break. We didn't have any webinar, so today we're doing both. Yesterday's workshop and today's workshop. For those of you who don't know me, this is Cristiana Eltrayan. Maybe you're new to this. I'm a holistic therapist, speaker, author, international, published in various countries, and I am here to present this workshop, this webinar about how to upgrade your body. This is part of a series of 8 webinars called the Pranic Process Online. Series of webinars that are referring to specific techniques, practices, and meditations that you can use for yourself at home, transform it into a lifestyle, into a daily practice in a very simple way to maintain a very high frequency or high frequency, and to also have the possibility to utilize less food, energy as nourishment. We're not saying that this class is going to teach you how to give up food forever. That's not our goal. That's not something we aim for. But we do help people better understand their relationship to food, their necessity in eating, and how to decrease the quantity and increase the level of quality of their nourishment to the degree that some can actually have energy as nourishment instead of solid food. The topic of today, how to upgrade your body, is one of my favorite ones because it's been part of my life practice for many years now. And this body that you're seeing on camera is seriously upgraded. I was looking old. I was sicker 10 years ago with that my practice is showing results. Also, the fact that at this point I'm able to mostly by liquids or very, very little solid food, and to perceive and encompass prana as nourishment, and to also do remote healing, remote viewing sometimes, and utilizing prana as a healing um, aspect for different situations, like my therapies, my workshops, and the online sessions that we're doing. Many of you during these workshops have noticed that they have energy shifts, they start yawning or having, tingles or different sensations in their body. They're releasing stuff, they're having powerful insights on different topics that were exactly what they needed. And they're noticing, many of you, you're noticing a decrease in food quantity when you're joining this type of workshops, because naturally the energy we transmit while we speak, when we do meditations, is also nourishing, not only healing and realigning the people watching. The webinar you're watching now is going to be live on Facebook for about half an hour. After this half an hour, you're going to be able to participate to the whole thing by subscribing to a link that I'm posting right now in the comments. If you're on Facebook, you're going to have it in the comments, and you can join it at any time, or just write to me yes in the comments, and I'll know that you want to join the full webinar and participate to the meditation at the end. You can make the payment later. The detail about payments, costs, and all that stuff, the energy exchange, you'll having in this link that I'm posting now in the comments on YouTube and Facebook. The reason we're only live for 30 minutes or so, for those of you who are asking, is because we have some participants in this workshop that already subscribed, and they have to benefit by my full attention and full commitment. Um, just because they also committed fully to this process. And that's how I honor their decision by being fully with them for 1 hour after I finish the live on Facebook. Also, because in our work, we prefer to give a lot of stuff for free and a lot of stuff in a certain type of exchange because we've noticed that people appreciate and practice more when they pay for it. For some reason, the energy exchange that has to be there. So I hope I answered for the ones who are wondering or thinking about it or even nagging about it, right? Because I'm feeling some stuff there. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Hi, Elena. Hi, Alina. Hi, Santa, and everyone who's joining. People are still joining, so I'm gonna just wait a little, scroll a little between before I dive deeper into the subject. I've noticed some of you wondering about my outfit. This is something I'm knitting every day when I'm looking at my the classes that I'm studying, because I'm also studying, other people's classes. When I'm looking at the classes that I'm studying, or when I'm doing stuff that leaves my hands free, like for example in meditation, in listening to music and watching documentaries, I also knit. I love to knit. It's part of my relaxation or active meditation. And these are the end results of my knitting. So all that I'm wearing lately, especially in winter time when you can wear knitted stuff, is handmade by me. And I love it because it's helping me to keep my body in a certain vibration and really, not have that vibration of the clothing that is in stores, that has been in many places, many people touched it, and so on. This is imbued with my own energy, with the mantras or specific thought forms that I had in meditation while I was doing it, or with the information that I was watching, because I'm watching really powerful documentaries and information that is feeding my mind field. And everything that I'm watching gets imbued in my home and in my creation. So I'm loving, loving, loving to do this in my spare time. And if you want to see more about this stuff, you can go on my Instagram, which is at Eltrayan, and look at the soul healing knitting. There's a chapter there in my Instagram called like this, and you see some of my creations. That's because somebody asked about it. So the topic of today, how to upgrade your body. Is it an interesting topic for you? Is it something that you would like to know? Is it someone that has specific questions on this topic? Because I know many of you are in the phase where you're upgrading your body anyway. If you had felt guided to go to a lighter diet, if you felt that you're somewhat needing more time for yourself, more energy practice, even more physical practice like yoga qigong or some movement that is channeling energy through your body, or even dancing. If you're in a stage where you feel like you're releasing a lot and feeling a bit tired or a bit like you need to take more time off, more time in silence, and naturally feeling that you should treat your body better, or if you're also developing natural abilities, like you're becoming more telepathic, more clairsentient, more intuitive, more clairaudient, and all this stuff, or naturally you're eating less, which is pranic nourishment. If all that or some of that is happening to you, is because your body is upgrading, not only your physical body, but your energy bodies as well. There's solar um, emanations, energy from the central sun and galactic sun coming abundantly in our atmosphere nowadays, there for some years, and it's increasing every day. And the rate of the spin of the earth is increasing as well. So the earth is basically spinning faster. So our bodies are naturally impacted by all that. Also, the Schumann resonance, the frequency of the earth, which is measured in hertz, is also increasing substantially, tenfold more it has been this year compared to like 10 years ago. It used to be 7 to 8 hertz, and now it has reached even 70 hertz. So that's saying something about the evolution of the planet and about how we could be impacted by this. The body is naturally, as a byproduct, upgrading. It needs better products for health um, care. It needs better body care, more natural and organic um, body lotions and everything you put on your skin. It needs much better nourishment. You cannot use, so if your body is upgrading naturally, scientists in Russia are saying that it's shifting from carbon to crystal. It means that naturally you need more. If you would look at your body as a machinery, right? If your machinery is upgrading, naturally you need fuel that is upgraded. You can't use the old fuel with the new machinery because it will break or be affected by it. So if we need better fuel, it means we need to look at whatever we put in our body and shift our nourishment consistently. Otherwise, we're going to have the surprise of it not functioning correctly. That's why so many people nowadays are getting a bit disbalanced to the point where their health decreases just because they're not honoring the natural rhythm of their body. They're not upgrading the quality of their food, the quality of their thoughts, the quality of their illumination, and also they're not considering the last immunity. They are taking their body by default. This is not judgment, this is direct observation of what's happening in humanity. So taking their body by default means the body is naturally feeling not taken care of, not honored, and its capacities are decreasing or even to the point where it's really disbalanced. Much more than before, we now need to take care of this. We can't, it's not something we can neglect anymore. We used to neglect it, we used to think it's fine, we used to think that anything we put in our body would do just because our ancestors, our grandparents, parents, and everybody else, for example, if everybody else in the family in the older generations used to eat meat, everybody thinks it's normal and doable to also eat meat as children, adolescents, and young people. But truth be told, you're not the same as your grandparents. You're not the same as your ancestors. You're not the same as the older generation. You're an upgraded version of human. Let's clap for that. You're an upgraded version of human. We are all an upgraded version of human. We're becoming more and more upgraded every day. So naturally, you see, naturally we're dealing with this situation where we need to also upgrade our choices. If we don't upgrade our choices compared to the older generations and our habits, and we go by default with the habits of our families, the habits of our ancestors, and so on, our body will just decay. It's not possible that we use the same fuel and the same habits. I was seeing something really, really fun and nice the other day on Instagram, I believe. Somebody was saying if you think that you should eat meat just because your ancestor did, then try living in a cave with no Wi-Fi just because they did the same. Then tell me if you can live the same as your ancestor did. If you can't do the things your ancestors were doing, like hunting and gathering and live with no Wi-Fi, then don't pretend that you should use the same nourishment, right? Because you're a different species, you're a different kind of human. And to be frank, I felt that since I was a child. When I was a child and I was meditating a little bit in a crystal every day, and I was having these insights that we're all energy and that everything is energy. For those of you asking, I'm putting some oil on my hands because I was outside all day and my hands were frozen. Um, to answer your question, when I was a child and having these insights, I naturally felt that meat is not my nourishment. So I saw two dead chicken in the yard, and they were blue. their skin was blue, from being dead. And I naturally observed that this couldn't be nourishment for humans because it doesn't look good and it doesn't smell good. And then with that feeling, I continue to be a vegetarian, and I've been a vegetarian since 20 years ago. I had some pauses during my corporate era, I call it. The time when I was a corporate employee was so really disbalancing for me, and I forgot my natural way of being, and that was not to my advantage. But after I quit corporate and I started meditating again, I started to see the truth and how things really are, and I really started to upgrade my diet to the level where now I'm not completely unable to use animal products, especially the ones who are meat based, right? So I can't do that anymore. That's the first step to upgrade our body, to really see that it's needing a better fuel, and to start using better quality of nourishment, better products that are not with pesticides, that are not, in any way modified if possible, and products that are natural and organic and not coming from a living creature, right? That's important. Um, Another, the second step would be to take care of it. So upgrading your food intake, go lighter from wherever you are, go vegetarian, go vegan, go raw, stop using or decrease your quantity of cooked foods so that you can preserve your nutrients. That's really, really important. And try to take care of the country or region that your products come from as well, because any part of this world is having certain imprints, certain, if you will, information in their composition, and you don't want to use products that come from areas that are really disturbed, like war areas or areas where the information is really, really heavy, right? If that's getting imprinted in your food, and then you don't want to have that information in your body. So very important to take care or to change the area that you live in, specific way and are imprinted with a specific information that's beneficial for your body. And it's informing your body with the same energy that you're born in, and that you're, it's basically that's what's nourishing your system in the best way. Um, that would be one other important thing, local products that are not genetically modified. You know all this. I'm just reminding you that this is part really of upgrading your body. I had access to a fabulous documentary the other day. If you go on Greg Braden's channel, he's uploading fantastic documentary lately. I mean the YouTube channel. This is what I'm referring to. Um, he's uploading fantastic videos, and one of them has been about the first, or not the first humans after the flood, the post-Adamites, they call it, the humans that have been hybridized here on Earth to help cultivate crops and do a better job at building resources. And these humans are said to have been located, that's the word, I was looking for the right word, located in the area of Anatolia, in the area of Turkey. You've heard me speaking a lot about Göbekli Tepe the other days and mentioning that it's a very important site in the history and formation of humanity. I'm again stating that someone should take a better look at that area. I've personally traveled to it recently, 1 or 2 years ago, and that is really, really connected to Romania. If you look at Göbekli Tepe and Sarmisegetusa, you'll see connections that are mind-blowing, which means that also here might have been a starting point for some civilizations in humanity. Of course, this is not really looked at. Nobody knows about it. I mean, so many know about the Mayan civilizations, the civilizations in the Egyptian culture and the Sumerians and so on. Not so many are looking at, I mean, basically no one is to this day looking at the civilizations that might have emerged from Romania, from this area. I mean, not necessarily Romania, because Romania was not existing at that time. But it's really important to look at that because really there's so many connections between the Romanian sacred sites, the Romanian areas like Sarmisegetusa or the Romanian Sphinx, and the ones in Egypt, in Turkey, in Sardinia, in Peru, in China, all over the world. If you look at the artifacts that have been found in the Kukuten culture, so so many artifacts, so many pottery in our culture is having similar symbols to those in China and Mayan culture. So this would be just a start to start asking questions. If you look at the way Sarmisegetusa sun disk is been built and the stone blocks in the walls around it, you'll see many connections with um, the monuments in Peru, for example, many similarities that people should look at. So I've invited Nassim Armin and Greg Braden and many others to take a look at these sites before they get like blown away or turned to dust like they're intending to some areas like Sami Sejutuza, they intend to transform that site, SOS Romania, right? To look at really how did this human civilization spring after the flood or the cataclysm here, and how is this area playing a role in the human civilization. But that was a big parenthesis to say that in the area of Turkey, of Anatolia province, they have found proof of the first hybridization, I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, of human species and crops. So before that era, they were only finding wild plants, proof of wild plants existing on the planet. And after this flood time, they found proof of mod genetically, if you will, modified plants, grains specifically. And in the areas where these grains have been found, also more advanced civilizations have appeared, civilizations that knew how to build megalithic structures, civilizations that knew how to build crops and maintain crops and to gather and tame animals for their um, home usage. So all of that stuff has developed increasingly in the areas where this type of food has appeared, which led some scientists like Greg Braden to conclude that certain types of food might actually modify human DNA. This is really important. Pay attention to now. Uh, Certain foods might actually have a big impact on human DNA and its evolution, and the genetically modified foods that they were having back in the days have somehow helped the DNA evolve into a species that have become more dependent on cultivating crops, kind of losing their freedom by being tied to a specific place on the planet where crops can build, and so on. Really, really important stuff to look at, right? If you look at how you are functioning and the degree of your freedom, you might want to think of what's your food intake and how it's impacting your structure, your belief system, your DNA, and your evolution. Not only if, is the diet correct or not? Is it now helping you lose weight or not lose weight? That's just the first maybe step in looking at a better diet. The most important thing is to look at how is it impacting you at the energy level, at the evolutionary level. That's the most important thing. And if you were to look at your food intake, would you say that now is it helping your evolution or is it downgrading it? What do you say? How do you feel about it? I would really love to hear your opinion and your take on it. I'm seeing a question in the comments. I'm gonna answer it right away, but I want to launch this question for you because it's really important in the topic of today, how to upgrade your body. If you were to look at your diet nowadays and the way you're using food, would you say that the way you're using food is upgrading your evolution or is it downgrading it? In other words, and the way you can answer to this better is do you feel more intelligent and focused after you eat? Or do you feel dumbed down and sleepy? That's the first, uh, you know, um, the first criteria to look at and select your food by. Do you feel more alert, more focused, more intelligent, more intuitive, more prone to take action in your day-to-day activities, or do you feel dumbed down and sleepy and wanting to binge on some soap opera in front of TV? I'm gonna say for myself that I directly notice some products really, really making me sleep immediately if I still try to eat them. And some products, some drinks or smoothies especially, are really upgrading my inner state. So to upgrade your body with certain food intake is the first step until we all go on prana, right? What would you say about your food intake? Is your food now, the food you're using, upgrading or downgrading your inner state? How do you feel? I look forward to see your comments and we continue from there because we still have a little bit to go on Facebook. I see a question. Let me see how Blowfire is asking here. I read that rice and beans have a lot of chi, but they have to be cooked. What do you think about this? Well, many foods have a lot of chi. Of course, you can't eat raw rice because it's really difficult to chew and digest. So the subject, the evidence is in the pudding, how to put it. Uh, there's so many opinions about rice and beans and cooked food. I personally feel much more alert and vivid and energized and vital when I use raw food and especially smoothies. I feel sleepy after cooked food, and so I'm not using it much unless I want to use it as a sleeping pill, right? Or if I take really small quantities, then it might work for me, but generally it feels heavy and sleepy. That's my take in cooked food in general, including rice and beans. I do recommend it for people that are really ungrounded, people that are really airy, people that are excessive in their vata. If you know the Ayurvedic principles, vata is the sensation that you're having too much air and ether as elements in your body, and you need to dim that down and put more of the earth element. So the earthy element is helped by cooked food, right? But not necessarily rice. And for some people that have this type of imbalance, it might be useful that they use rice and beans for a while. But really, 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 to balance your doshas or your elements in your body, is best to start going on juices for a while, start going on a powerful detox for a while, not only juices, but detox, I meant fully, and only use cooked food if necessary when you feel that really there's some sort of imbalance uh, going on. Um, Any other questions? And I was asking, and I'm asking again, do you feel that now the food intake, the food habits that you're having, and the way you're combining your foods and the way you're treating your body, is it upgrading for your mood and your consciousness, or is it downgrading? Could you answer and let me know how this is feeling for you? I'm really curious to know about that. And how many of you, if the food is downgrading and if your choices are downgrading your vibes, how many of you are ready to change that? That's also a good question, right? Maybe not all of you have answered to the question of is downgrade, upgrade, but how many of you are ready to change the place that you're coming from in terms of choices, right? How many of you would like to shift that and have a better food intake, a better uh, choice uh, range, and know how to consciously choose from that state? I know that the ones who have already subscribed to this class have made that choice already because they're, here, and this is a direct choice of upgrade. This is a class for upgrade. But the ones who haven't yet, I'm just curious to know if you would be ready to change. Not necessarily with me, not necessarily following this class, even though it's one of the best in this topic. But whatever you would feel is good to do for upgrading your state. I'm going to place a link in the comments now with all the events that are coming that could help you do that upgrade. Some of them are already here, like you are in one of our classes where you were talking about how to upgrade your body, how to go into lighter diet and higher vibration. But some of them are coming this weekend. So on Saturday, we have a class in Cluj live about cultivating the body of light or the rainbow body. And I'm going to tell you what the rainbow body is in a sec. In Cluj, but also online. So those of you who can't come to Cluj, you can join online and be with us because it's two options event. One is online and one is live. It's called, and we're talking about all things pranic, like how to detox, how to make more conscious choices in your diet, how to upgrade your relationships, how to use your sexual energy even in a better way, and also how to move into a higher state of consciousness. All of this, of course, in a nutshell, because the extended version is this pranic process online, which is 8 webinars instead of 1. So you can still book your place for that class, the Cultivating the Body of Light. All of the class is going to be translated in Romanian and English. The English-speaking people can subscribe and participate because we're going to have both language versions. And those of you who subscribe today, that's the nice part, get a discount of 25% for the next class that is on Sunday. On Sunday, it's Let's Talk About Sex, baby. We're talking about prana, intimacy, and kundalini. and how you can have your energy circulated and um, your and everything upgraded for your system in your relationship, or if you're solo, right? Um, by using specific exercises for your sexual energy, specific tantric practices, specific visualizations. Um, you can still book your place for those two classes. Like I said, booking the place for the cultivating your body of light, you get 25% for the prana, intimacy, and kundalini if you book today. So that's the specific thing that we add as a bonus, just because we want people to help people decide and not procrastinate, which is not useful for evolution. The quicker you decide, the quicker you follow your heart, the more you get better results in your life. So that's how we're helping you make these decisions quick, quick, quick. And for both classes, if you can't join online, if you can't join live, you can come online. We're having a Zoom link for those who can't come in Cluj, and um, we're giving you that option as well. Can you type yes in the comments if anyone feels called to come to any of these classes or both of them? I just want to know what the situation is here, because we're having, we're coming close to the end of the live now. In the meantime, we're answering another message that is also related to this. And somebody says, ready to change. Yes, ready to change sounds good. Are we ready to take the steps for it? Some people, and that's for all watching, they say they want to change. And it's really important that they want to change. And it's fabulous that they want to change. Um, and they go to classes and they go to workshops and they read books or watch documentaries and all that stuff, that's called personal development or spiritual upgrade. But to do the practice is, generating the change. And that's what the most useful thing. When you've learned something, apply it, practice it, make the steps in your life that are necessary for change. Because you can't have people want to have a different result in your life, but if they're making the same steps or doing the same things, they're always going to have the same results. Only when you do different steps, you have different results in your life. So we're inviting to change, and we're inviting to, of course, take a step of take the action of taking some classes, learning some new things, new practices and stuff. But then apply it, turn it into a lifestyle, make it your own, like own it. Be the master of it. Whatever you learn, whatever you like, you're only owning it when you are practicing it enough. I'm never teaching a thing until I practice it for a long time, or until I feel I'm integrating it. I remember back in the day when I was learning the theta healing classes, some classes of specific healing technique that now have turned into my therapy called soul healing, and they've been upgraded in my therapy. And at the beginning, which was in 2011, 2012, friends have noticed that I've taken these classes and they wanted to do therapy with me. And I kept saying, for many months and years, I kept saying, I'm not a therapist. I'm just practicing this with myself. I'm just learning this. And it took months to start doing the first therapy. And I then exercised on some friends for another 2 or 3 years, maybe, until I considered myself a therapist. And that was not from lack of self-confidence or self-respect, self-esteem, whatever you want it. It was from the consciousness of knowing that you really, really have to practice something in order to master it. So the first step to upgrade is and change is practice, right? For everyone in any situation. Good. Any other questions, comments, or yeses to the classes that come this weekend? Do you want to say add anything before we go away from the Facebook Live? Let us know. I'm taking 2 more minutes for that. Okay. So if nobody is adding or asking anything else, we're saying much love and much gratitude and namaste to the ones on uh, Facebook. You still have about 2 hours and a half by midnight to decide to participate to the um, Cultivating the Body of Light class and get the bonus for the sexual conscious sexuality, prana, intuition, and kundalini. And hopefully I'll see you this weekend in Cluj or online. And for tonight, of course, write me a private message if you want to be continuing with this webinar with us, and we're gonna just include you in the list of participants to receive this link for tonight. Big, big hugs, namaste, sending you much love. Thank you for being here. Really, really pleasure to share with you. And look up that Greg Braden's YouTube channel. You want to dive into it if you want to know more about human civilizations and ancient civilizations and EP stuff and pranic or energy vortexes, portals, and all that. Big hugs of love. Thank you. So what I'm always doing when I'm finishing the Facebook Live is I take a 2 minutes break, which I invite everyone to do. You know, in live classes, we always take a break after 1 hour or 45 minutes. Um, if you need to take a break, just go ahead and do so. I'm seeing some questions here. Somebody says, hi, Christiana, I see you online, so just dropped you to say hello. Glad to see you still active on Pranic work. Yes, of course. Somebody saying you look more beautiful than ever, which is a good indicator that you're doing something right. We'll try to drop back soon. Well, I feel that my health state is better and better, and my inner state is better and better every year. So that's my status. We've probably met some years ago. I'm better than them in terms of inner state and inner health, and thank God for that, and thank Prana for that, and thank you for your feedback as well. I'm really grateful, in truth, for how I feel and how my body is functioning. Yes, I must be doing something well. Thank you, Jason, for your comments. Really grateful to see you and grateful for your feedback. Maybe join our classes, because they're really rich in content and information. And we're having 2 of them live this weekend, as you've heard. I'm just going to see how to place the link in the comments here for the events of this weekend. There you have it. So on YouTube, you have a link in the comments that comprises all the events that I've talked about and the future ones, including the Pranic Festival in India. Many of you know that every year we're having the Pranic Festival in Romania. That's already set. We have the 6th edition this year in August, and it's already open for registration. Last year we had it too, if you're wondering. So last August in 2020, we did the Pranic Festival live in our mountains here, and we're going to do it again this year. And in March, no later than 1 month, we're having the Pranic Festival in India. Yes, we're doing it. Yes, they're open to events up to 200 people. Yes, we're open to travel to that area, so we're gonna do it. And India is open to visitors. You can go and check your conditions for your country, but naturally you can get in. There's some conditions specific to any country, every country. The thing is that they're going to modify these conditions after February 15th, so maybe take a look again after that date. and come join us in India. We're doing the festival in a beautiful pyramid in near Bangalore. We're going to meditate 2 or 3 times per day in that pyramid. It's a pyramid made in the coordinates of the pyramid in Giza, so really, really important place for meditation. It's built in the same size and it has a king's chamber where everybody can meditate and all day. And it can host up to 5,000 people, so imagine the size of it. It's a great place to be in. The staff is fabulous. The people that are holding this organization called Global Pyramid Society that I'm board member of, they're fantastic people to be in the presence of. And we're gonna have as a guest the person, the spiritual leader that has built the pyramid and another 22,000 pyramids across the globe. So a powerful meditator, advocate for vegetarianism and juice fasting, a really fantastic flute meditator, a person that's really enriched my life and the life of many earthlings by his contributions. And he's going to be one of our guests. Of course, along with many Pranic Breatharian people that are presenting their work. Eltrayan is coming live. Victor Trujillo might come live. We're still waiting for confirmation. Sun Yogi Uma Shankar, the one who's doing the sun gazing and connected with Babaji, is coming live, and so many others that we're still waiting to confirm. And of course, I'm going to be there with conferences as well. So, Pranic Festival in India, March 3rd to 8th, followed by a fantastic journey to specific energy portals. It's going to be fantastic to watch. And I'm going to, join your questions in a second. I'm just sending this link to another person that's supposed to join. Okay, so I see another question here. Let's see. I'm switching between many things here. Somebody's asking, somebody is called Vibrational. The lady from Supreme Master TV said breatharianism speeds up death. Why would she say this? There's so many ladies in Supreme Master TV. I don't know whom you are referring to. I know Jasmine has been in Supreme Master TV and she's encouraging breatharianism, of course. And also the founder of Supreme Master TV has also encouraged breatharianism. I don't see who could say this. I mean, there's so many people on earth, including myself, who are looking younger and feeling better and healthier. If you look at all of us, Eltrayan is in his 50s looking fabulous. Jasmine is in her 60s looking fabulous. So many others are, when you test their bodies, because we tested the bodies of some of them, they're having the biological age of 25-year-olds or so, 35-year-olds in their 80s. I don't see how that encourages death, because really, I just had, I feel it's a false information to the core. I had an encounter last year in Pyramid Valley at the Pranic Festival in India. One of the participants has been Pralajani, the yogi who has been tested in hospitals, not eating for 75 years. He's been 2 times tested in hospitals, 90 and 80 something at 90 years old. He has shown perfect vital signs, perfect body features, everything, while in hospital in complete supervision with 35 specialists and security and CCTV cameras and everything. making sure that he's not intaking any food or water. So super healthy, vital signs, the body functioning perfectly. He's been traveling 12 hours to meet us at 95 years old. He was super quick to move, super active, and energized. If you look at the videos during the Pranic Festival in India last year, you're going to see how quick and vital he moved. He helped one doctor after that doctor has fallen in the water, and he had so much strength when massaging the doctor, when giving him energy to the reboot. And he was 92 years old, living for 75 years with no food or water. If breatharianism had encouraged death, he would have been dead much sooner. If he lived 92 years old, of course, that's not a very young age to die in. And he didn't die out of an illness or old age. He was really, really energetic and in good health. He just decided to leave his body, before the pandemic craze, because his job here has ended. It was enough. And many of us had been invited, including myself, whether we want to leave our bodies before the pandemic started. So in December last year, I had the same invitation. Um, for me, it seems it's still interesting to be here, so I decided not to. He, in turn, has completed his mission. He has done his best to to provide the information that humanity needed. So, therefore, yes, that's, I think, an accurate answer to your question. You can see the videos of Prahlad Jani and my encounter with him and how we interacted on my YouTube channel, Cristiana Eltrayan. I just recently posted some of them, and I hope that's useful as an answer. Matya is asking, I was thinking about it. Breatharian might arrive to a high state of consciousness so that the desire to leave the body could come earlier in life. I want to tell you something about it from my own perspective. When you get to a high state of consciousness, you have no desire. Really, you don't desire to leave or desire to stay, sorry, or any other desire whatsoever. When I was asked last year if I want to leave my body, and I had the same invitation in 2014, really, in 2014, I chose to stay. I deliberately made that choice out of love for certain aspects of humanity, certain aspects of the beauty of the planet, and so much more that I wanted to continue to live and experience here. In 2019, when again that invitation arrived, really I had no desire of going, no desire of staying. I was completely and utterly equal to both situations. Like if I stayed or if I went, it would have been the same. So to me, it was a test probably of detachment, or something else might be. I don't go deeper into this now with you, but you have no desire really in that state. So desiring to leave your body younger shows that you haven't reached the breatharian state or the pranic state. You're still in the mind-based duality of preference. Earth is good, Earth is not good, whatever. For me, it's really equal. I love some things here. I love also when I'm out of my body. It's equanimous. And there are people much more advanced than I on this path that are much older breatharians, and they have no desire of leaving their body whatsoever. I have Erika Witten, a friend who's over 85 years old. She's full of life. She's loving it here. She's been on prana for 20 years. She has no desire of leaving anywhere. She just loves Earth. She loves the planet. And one of the wrong interpreted mentalities is that having a body is keeping you from a high state of consciousness. That's false. Having a body is giving you the possibility to experience a high state of consciousness and have a physical form. From that, I remember a nice chapter from the autobiography of a yogi that's referring to Babaji. Babaji is the one who's overletting this workshop of tonight, so I'm going to bring him in with this story. Babaji is an ancient master of the Himalayas who's been teaching Kriya Yoga, bringing Kriya Yoga to humanity for thousands of years. He has had many disciples, including Yogananda, and Yogananda tells the story of how Babaji, who is keeping an immortal body with an appearance of a 25 years old young man, he's keeping his body at the age of 25, right, for many thousands of years. And he's appearing to some of his disciples in the physical form, and to some of disciples, to me, he's appearing in the etherical form. So he hasn't embodied physically, even though it would be nice. He was having this conversation with his sister. His sister was living in a cave somewhere in the Himalayas. Babaji went to her and they were having this conversation. And at some point, Babaji says, to me, I'm thinking to leave my body. I'm looking at leaving my body. And his sister, surprised, said, why would you leave your body? You're already thousands of years old, right? He said, well, to me, it's equal if I'm keeping my body or living it. So I might as well leave it. It's of no use to me right now. But his sister said, well, if it's equal to you having being in a body or not being in a body, why wouldn't you then keep it? you know, and you don't just discard something just because it's equal. You can as well keep it because to some other people it's useful to see you. Like for some of us, it's been really useful to see Prahlad Jani, the breatharian I was talking to you about, to see him in person last year, just because we're now more aware that this is a possibility, that's really possible to really have this type of lifestyle. So I'm saying that when in a high state of consciousness, you don't have the desire of leaving your body and dying young and stuff like this. And that's not why at all breatharianism is shortening your life. I'm taking a short break. Another question that I'm seeing comes, or a comment maybe, is from Matthias. Let me see what's saying here. Let me see, Matthias. Okay, so Matthias said about wanting to leave your body and yes, so the person who has the Supreme Master TV, she was promoting breatharianism. I don't see why now she would say it's encouraging that. Really, that's a bit of a gossip, but so many people are shifting their state of consciousness now, and not all of us, not all of them are keeping the same line, the same high vibration, because now on the planet, the conditions are really harsh to most of us. So maybe some people are shifting like this and to some degree going into a lower vibe opinions. I don't know. Does the fear of losing weight on pranic life have negative effect of energy flow? The answer is in the pudding. Fear of any kind is having a negative effect on energy flow, of course. Any fear is having an effect on energy flow, a negative effect. The fear of losing weight is adding to that, and it's causing you to lose weight. So yes, it does. What we can do is really program our body, as somebody was beautifully asking the other day, what to do when you're losing weight, even though you are on a pranic path. You can program your body to really, really keep a beautiful weight, a harmonious weight, and we're going to do this tonight. A harmonious weight when you're not using solid food. You have to train your body that solid food is um, no longer necessary your nourishment. You have to train your body that prana can be your nourishment. You have to train your body that energy is comprising solid food. So solid food is made of energy. So therefore, when you're nourished by energy, you're naturally nourished by the same stuff that is in the solid food in the more dense matter. You have to train and program your body for all that, but you also have to give your body lots of love so that it feels loved and respected and cherished and honored. And that's when it gains or maintains weight instead of losing weight. And all that programming we're doing with this pranic process. So if you want to benefit from all this, join the whole process and you're going to have all these questions answered and the practices that you need given to you, because that's what we're doing here. This is what we're training people into. We're not training you not to not eat anymore or to stop eating, but we're training you into not damaging your body and into upgrading your body. That's what we do, and upgrading your state of consciousness. So thanks for the question. Beautiful question. Awesome contribution to the workshop by asking it. Another person, 1044, is saying, how are you to EMF, electromagnetism frequencies? Wi-Fi mobile data smart meter. I'm just wanting to make sure that I understand the question. Is this question about whether the EMF is affecting us, or what is your question? I believe you're referring to whether we're impacted by such emanations. We're building every day a bioshield that we're learning how to build in the daily pranic meditation in this process. This bioshield, this biomagnetic field, is shielding you from any emanation that's not beneficial for you. The more you reinforce it, the stronger it gets, the more it sustains and supports you, and you're no longer affected by EMF and other stuff. Thank you, Ken, for confirming that I understood your question well. So this is what I'm saying for EMF and other pollution factors. There's so many pollution factors nowadays. It's not just the EMF. I mean, it's a lot. It's the how to call it? It's the mental pollution, the emotional pollution, if you will. That's a lot of it, because it's you're getting lots of it by just the emanation of people being in fear and worry and concern on the planet. There's another layer of pollution at the energy level where some systems want to convince you to do certain stuff. And so there's a lot of priming at the mind level and subconscious level for you to take certain decisions. I'm not going into conspiracy theories. I'm working with these lines and feeling them every day. It's not something that I'm having a theory about. I'm having a direct fact, a direct observation and exploration of that stuff. So that's another polluting factor. There's then the thought forms of the whole population that is cluttering your mindset, because if you're connecting horizontally into the layer of human mind, then you're getting all these programming of fear and doubt that is on the planet. The solution is to, of course, connect to the universal mind, but also use this bioshield to shield yourself. So EMF, yes, it exists. I'm not denying or ignoring, but you can build a strong chi field, like the chi master, qigong master are doing, and the pranic practitioners are doing, to have a strong chi field to not be impacted or be less impacted by it. I'm not saying that after a full week of traveling through airports, I'm high as a kite, because I've been doing that a lot in the previous years. I had like some 10 flights in a week sometimes, And I'm not saying that's been easy, but I'm saying that for a person using as little and having the vibration that I have, it's much easier than you'd expect it to be. Like I am not having so much difficulty in being in airport. I can keep my state. I can keep a high vibration. I can be nice to people. I'm not getting grumpy. I'm not getting agitated. I'm not getting extra tired. I'm flying for 24 hours sometimes, and I'm still up and running when I arrive. So you see, you can learn how to work with this stuff. That's what I can say. Okay, so for tonight, I'm feeling that we're having enough of all of it, and we've been here for more than 1 hour. Let's go into a quick meditation, or might not be quick, might be longer, but let's go in meditation and see what comes, and then start resting a bit for tonight. So we invite everyone to relax and start following your breath. Start following your breath. Start feeling that you have a light column around you from the center of the universe, center of the earth. This light column is surrounding you fully with the diameter like your hand stretched out. All the way around you and through you. And every time you inhale this light from this column of light. With the inhale, you feel your breath going up all the way up to the top of your head. With the exhale, you feel your breath going down through the spine to the base of the spine. So you let your breath to circulate through the spine now, up and down like an elevator, with the inhale all the way up to the top of your head, with the exhale all the way down to the base of the spine. Another deep inhale, all the way up to the top of your head. Feel your spine, your main energy channel, being cleansed and upgraded and lit up now. Feel this light that's circulating through your spine, energizing all the chakras, clearing your main energy channel, the Sushumna Nadi, and helping you center into your energy body completely. So it's centering you very deeply now. Deep breath in. Feel your body more and more aligned. Your energy body more and more centered now. The reason I'm moving my body is because the energy moves. I'm not moving it, it's the energy that's circulating, spinning around me that moves my body. For those of you asking yourself, I hope I'm hearing you right. So when energy rotates around you at a certain speed, the body naturally moves with it. That's what's happening. Another deep breath in. Anytime you inhale, you bring in more light into your body from this column of light, which is in the perfect energy, the perfect color, the perfect stream for you now. Every time you exhale out all the worries, tensions, concerns, thought forms, and you let your thoughts dissolve like little clouds above your head. See these clouds dissolving, all the thought forms, all the thought patterns, and let full presence be here now for this meditation. We ask that only the beings of the purest light and love can be present energetically and telepathically with us now. Only the beings of the purest light and love can be present energetically and telepathically with us now. Only the beings of the purest light and love can be present energetically and telepathically with us now. Deep breath in. Feel that you have a connection cable from the center of the universe, the heart of the central sun, coming all the way down to the top of your head. This connection cable is bringing all the energy that you need all the way down from the central sun into your head, throat, and down into your heart, into your body. As it comes down into your body, you feel it coming down through the pituitary and pineal gland and through the throat and into your heart. And your heart is opening more and more with this light. You see or sense or feel that you have like a sphere of light in the center of your body. In the center of your chest. This is your heart chakra. See, sense or feel that your heart chakra is growing bigger and bigger with every inhale. Feel your energy into the heart, nourishing your heart chakra. Anything that's not beneficial for you in this meditation is getting dissolved away as much as you're ready to. And be ready to release more of it in this column of light that's pre-programmed to dissolve, transmute, transform all that no longer serves you. Another deep breath in. You're feeling, sensing, or perceiving that as your heart chakra gets bigger with every inhale, receiving this energy in the center of your heart. You're also with the exhale, sending this love, this energy into your cells, into your organs, into all your physical systems, into the auric field, and out into the world. Again, another deep breath in. Receiving more prana into your body, into your heart chakra. Then let it flow into your cells, into your organs, into all your physical systems, into your auric field, and out into the universe. Feel this energy flowing down to your lower chakras as well, and to your feet, and to the soles of the feet, and down into the heart of Gaia. Feel yourself connecting to the heart of Gaia. Feel yourself plugging into the heart of this beautiful spirit and receiving energy from there. As it receives and receiving energy from the heart of Gaia, you feel this love of Mother Earth, this mother love, this beautiful feminine energy flowing up through your roots. Check your roots, see how they are, if they are healthy or not. Let this energy come up through the soles of the feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, into the hips, all the way up to the base of the spine, all the way up to the heart chakra through the spine, flowing up, flowing up, flowing up like a golden light to the base of the spine, the heart chakra, the base of the skull then, and all the way up to the top of your head. As it's arriving to the top of your head, as it has filled your whole body. Feel yourself nourished by this light. And it's the gentle femininity of Mother Earth that's so nourishing and embracing. You just feel it coming through. And you let it all the way up to the top of your head, and then it springs out surrounding your body, and this is the bioshield we're talking about. It forms like a bioshield around you, a biofield, a cocoon of energy with the biomagnetic field of Mother Earth, springing up into the royal system through the top of your head, combined to the energy of your heart, combined to the cosmic energy, creating the bioshield around you, shields you from any pollution, Wi-Fi, EMF, toxicity of emotional and mental patterns, whatever doesn't serve you, whatever is not beneficial for you is being kept out of this completely pure energy is coming in for you now. So the cocoon is shielding you completely and only pure energy is coming in for you now. You are in this cocoon, you sense it, feel it, enjoy it. Feel how it feels to be shielded in this column of light from the energy from the center of the universe and the ball of light or sphere of light with the energy from the center of the earth. Feel it all the way around you. And slowly, slowly you come back into your body, fully in the soles of the feet. Wiggle your toes. Feel the soles of the feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs. You feel your presence, fully present in your body, in the legs, the hips, lower back, abdomen, upper back, chest, arms, fully present like a hand within a glove, back into your body, in the shoulder blades, neck, face, eyeballs, forehead, top of the head to the tips of your hairs, fully present here now. Really feeling how every cell of your body has been upgraded, lit up by this energy of your connection to the central sun, center of the earth, mixed in the energy of your heart. And we make the programming into this cocoon of light, this sphere of energy around us and our body, I ask that I exist in a rhythm of health, happiness, and harmony within myself and with all life. I ask that I exist in a rhythm of health, happiness, and harmony within myself and with all life. I ask that I exist in the rhythm of health, happiness, and harmony within myself and with all life. This is coding. Writing new information in your biocomputer. The same your health, you can program everything in your body because your body is a biocomputer. The more you're aware of it, the better you want to treat it. With that, I'm inviting everyone to keep the state and make it into a lifestyle and repeat this meditation as often as you can. We have the recorded version of the Pranic meditation. So if you go on our website at the shop section, you're going to find meditation classes there and this meditation of prana as well. And I'm placing again the link in the comments here on YouTube, where you can find access to the next classes that we're having this weekend. So on Saturday, the Cultivating the Body of Light, the Rainbow Body, which is also online and live on Cluj. And on Sunday, the Prana, Intimacy, and Kundalini, the class about conscious sexuality, circulating sexual energy, beautiful interaction with a partner or solo practice, if you will, but dealing with pranic energy, Kundalini, sexual energy. So that's what we're doing during the weekend. And of course, thanks for the light and love. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, everyone. And of course, you can still participate in this program. We're still having some more webinars to go. It's not ending tonight, so you can get live online participation to the following webinars as well as the recordings of all the webinars and still be with us and get lots of information and a daily meditation with us. So consider looking at the link in the comments, see what suits you, go on our website, soulhealingacademy.com/events to join the next best thing. And remember the Pranic Festival in India. It might be a good place for you to be in. Namaste. Much love. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the feedback, questions, and beautiful interactive participation. See you next time, whenever that is. Bye-bye.